You're such an asshole.
Hello, children. Oh, Cap. Man, I'm running out of steam. I still got one more to go after this, and I'll be past. It'll be done until one of you MFers decides to pay again, and then I'll have to work tomorrow. I'm gonna go to the gym. I gotta make phone calls. I'm almost like an adult. All right, what are we doing? What's the question today? No, that wasn't it. Here we go. Hi, Cappy. He wanted me to anonymize everything, so I can't say who he is or where he's from. He's from overseas. Since following your advice or a previous request, my life has gotten better every year, and I'm now making more money than everyone I went to school with and most of their parents. Well, look at what the old Capmeister said. Hey, don't do what I did, kids. Stay away from drugs. Do drugs, just stay away from liberal arts degree and don't have kids you can afford. And even drug addicts will come out better than your average single parent. It's true. I would like to thank you for the advice so far and get your feedback on my next potential steps. I have enough income to do most of the things I want to do in life, but I'm not sure whether I should keep my head down and focus on increasing my income even more, especially given that I can't really travel to the place I'd like to. No one cares. What someone's going to hunt you down based on the country you want to go to? He says, don't mention these in the little things. I'm like, all right, I won't. You want to go to a large Asian country? Any of the fun countries I'd usually go to. After dropping out of my, doesn't want me to tell us, I'll say liberal arts degree 3 to 4 years ago, I put together some savings, did some more on and off traveling until taking a 1 year break in 2019 to focus on my career. Right now I'm making around $130,000 a year with 2 clients in a field that is good and you don't have to go to college for. I could get all my work done with around 20, 30 hours per week and spend the rest of my time working on other business and financial opportunities. Outstanding. I'm also in the final interviewing stages with a large bulge bracket investment firm that I suggest you do not work for because your life will be over. Oh, for another contract. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you could get him as a contract. I thought you meant you go work for him as an employee. I'm like, no. Position that would pay more than all my current sources combined. I'd be able to add this on top of my current pay as I can get my work done with just a few hours of work per day. Yeah, look at get payment up front from those guys, okay? Get payment up front. Main reason they're considering me is my technical skills, my ability to speak multiple languages. The role is for your field, which is the field I specialize in. There are just a handful of people in my country with this track record, and I'd be surprised if any of them spoke fluent other languages I speak. This makes you a great candidate for the role. Also, I'm a minority. You run with them. Dude, look, if white conservatives or male conservatives or libertarians can't get the money, at least the non-white and non-male conservatives and libertarians. I just want my money going to some of us get the money. Some of us. Here's an example of my performance for better context and my skill level. I helped on one of my current clients add a lot of money to their thing. As you can imagine, generating that additional money in sales while only getting paid this much is somewhat frustrating. Recently, he's also been asking to do things that hurt the profitability of the business in order to achieve vanity metrics. And then you mention them, but you don't want me to mention them. And so I'm in the process of launching a new business. I have run tests and already acquired enough paying customers to validate the idea. The enough amount is based on my experience launching and growing other businesses that have done over 8 figures in annual revenue. Dude, do not dude bro me. Don't dude bro me. Dude bro, I like bring in. I made 50 million in no. What is your take home pay? Now in your country, you don't have adjusted gross income, or maybe you do. I want to know what your AGI is. I should really do a series of videos for women to like how to find a real rich man, because you girls believe the dumbest things ever. He said he made 50 million in sales. Yeah. That in their mind means he makes $50 million a year. No, he generated his company 50 million in sales. His take home was maybe 100,000. I also have around 30,000 in savings split between hard cash and crypto investment, planning to get some silver soon. Overall, I'm satisfied with my finances, but not very happy overall. Most of it is due to the fact that I can't travel and I am stuck. Well, that's everybody right now. So don't worry about that because you don't control that. That's everyone's. That's nothing to do with you. All right. So don't stop beating yourself up over that. You don't control it. Since there wasn't much to do in the city, I also moved back in with my family, which might also be contributing to my diminished happiness. Yeah, but you're saving money. Normally I'd be traveling and having fun, but I see little point to having free time right now. Even if I went back to traveling, my yearly life expectancy would be around 20 to 30,000 per year. Depending on where I'm going, I'm already making 4 times that, and I have room to grow that even further in 2020. Part of me wants to stockpile and invest as much as I can while I'm young, but I understand that this is a never-ending pit of somewhat irrational greed. I still remember the days when making 2,000 per month remotely was my wildest dream, and now I'm making 5 times that. Despite that, every day I feel more unmotivated to work, especially knowing that I don't need the money. That's called the law of diminishing marginal returns. You might know about that studying certain things you have studied. Also, I don't know how many times I've talked about novelty. Novelty wears off. You can have the hottest, big titted redhead ever. You will get sick of her. The best ice cream in the world, you get sick of. The best booze in the world, which is Rumplemans, by the way, you get sick of. Even the best movie in the world, Die Hard, you could get sick of that movie too. Yeah. But stop chasing things that aren't there. There is no job where you're going to be super happy all the time. Just be happy you got this job and you can work remotely. You've got it. You've won. There's nothing else to do. You won now. Now go enjoy life once travel restrictions are up. But don't give up this job. God, I knew someone that had a stable government job and then gave that up because he got bored. I'm like, don't do that. And do you think they listen to old Cappy? No. Why? Because I gave free advice. That's why I charge egregious sums of money. Why? That way you'll prompt us to do it? No. Then I don't feel bad like I wasted my time. I don't care what you do. I got your money. So all here. Oh, this is so happy now. I've considered ditching both clients once my side business is making $60,000 in profit a year. No, we don't do that. No. But if I keep those clients and start putting $10,000 a month in crypto and rare metal assets, I could be in a very good financial position in my later 30s. Well, what if crypto and metal assets don't go up in value? That's not a diversified portfolio, is it? Do you have property? Do you have a place to live? Do you have a diversified portfolio of overall investments that includes real estate, precious metals, stocks, bonds, both foreign and domestic? Haven't been poor before. My post-poverty PSDD has made me obsessed with never being without money or income ever again. Yeah, and it should. Look, when you here's the number that I've come up with. If you believe that your country is not going to collapse, the minimum you need is $250,000. Okay, maybe it's more like 300,000 because it's been a while since the real Poor Richard's retirement. But if you want to have a chance to get everything, where like not only do you have an adequate retirement in one country, but you got enough adequate funds to last you in another country in case that country goes down, you're looking closer to $1 million. That really is, $500,000 there, $500,000 the other place. You don't have that yet. So I would keep working and saving the money. But I could get rid of my... No, because guess what? You're going to get sick and tired of your side business too. I'm losing my voice doing asshole consulting all the time. I get sick of it at times, yeah. What, I did 8 videos yesterday. I did a 3-hour podcast today and 6 more videos today? You think I'm tired of doing videos today? You're damn right I am. I just want to sit and play video games a little bit and go to the gym. But I'm no dummy. I remember what it was like being poor. I remember what it was like making $6.90 an hour. Of course, we'd have to adjust for inflation today as a security guard patrolling in cold ass weather. And that, I'll take that. I don't care if I got to do 20 videos a day. I'll do that before I ever have to do that again. And I'd rather do security before I do banking ever again. Even teaching ballroom dance, where there were hot chicks, and I met many old ladies and had many old notch counts added to the little bedpost there. But I got sick and tired of dancing with the fat divorcee women who couldn't find a date and just showed up. I want to learn to find a Latin lover. Oogie waka haka chan. Solo. Oh, Jabba the ballroom dancer. Yes, you will find a Latin lover. I'm sure Eduardo is just around the corner for you, Karen. So no, you're not giving that up. And not until you got $500,000 in 2 places after tax. On the other hand, I don't want to be delaying gratification too much. I recently caught up with some friends from a place I want to live, and I've gotten tons of fear of missing out. Well, you were brought up poor. Yeah, you missed out. Terribly sorry. I remember all the kids going to the Big Ten bar and Bullwinkles and Sergeant Preston's and Grandma's bar over by a classroom school. I'm like, dang, I wish I could go get a beer. I couldn't. I had to go work. Well, one, you're not missing out. Although in that town you might be. Let's be honest. But yeah, you're going to miss out, man. You're going to miss out because you're brought up poor. Do you want to stress out about something that wasn't under your control? Or do you want to focus? Take all your energy, all your focus, not even bother with the word. You got limited energy here, dude. This is like Apollo 13. You got limited resources, right? Do you want to squander that worrying about crap that's outside of your control, like the disease that's going around? Like other people who were born into better off families than you? Or do you want to focus on the task at hand and what you can do, and you can enjoy a better life than those guys? You just said you went back and looked at your old time buddy, and you make more money than them and their parents. The payoff's coming. The only reason you're not there in that town right now is because you can't travel there. That's it. Bad things happen. Random things happen. Don't get angry about it, says the guy who gets angry about everything. After hearing about the amounts of top tier lady bits they've been crushing during lockdown. Okay, when they call it top tier lady bits, they've been crushing. They're lying. That is lying. They are lying. I do not believe that. That's the guys will expand their number threefold, and a woman's number you multiply by 3, that kind of thing. Dude, I'm crushing the lady bits. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. And so what? You'll get there. It's not like the lady bits aren't going anywhere. While I can afford living there, there are another 3 to 4 cities in the general area with half the cost of living and 8% of the quality girls based on my subjective taste I could move to. Well, just travel around a little bit. If you need to look, hang on, let me show you something. Let me show you guys. This is important. All right, this is my backpack, okay? This is what I'm taking. I'm going to be gone for 15 days. This is it. This is all I'm taking. You don't need that much stuff. Just go travel around, man. If your stuff is online, which it is, spend 3 months in city number 1. Spend 3 months in city number 2. And then end up in the main city you want to be in. What, were you in a rush? Is there some place to be? Do you have a family to get back to? No. Do them all. You're young. Do it now while you got the energy. Holy cow. I'm like, boy, I'd like to make a ride to Alaska. And then I look at it, I'm like, oh, it's a long way. That's a long way. The interior, I mean, like get up to Anchorage and back. I just didn't have the energy. Now I am not looking forward to my 4-month tour of Southeast Asia or my 4-month tour of Central Europe. I am just not looking forward to that shit. Just not looking forward to it. The main option I've been considering was temporarily move to a place warm during winter, relatively cheap, lots of girls, and then move to the other place as soon as things open up over there. However, I was curious to hear your thoughts before making the final decision. Here, my 3-part question. Am I crazy for still wanting to grow my income and wealth at the cost of optimal free time and tranquility? No. And here's the reason why. If you were brought up poor and you truly suffer from post-poverty PTSD, you're never getting rid of that. I should have asked you the question if you eat fast too, because we've had a couple guys come in when I talked about eating fast. They're like, yeah, I'm poor, I do. And then a lot of guys are like, well, I'm in the military, we had to eat quick. I'm like, okay, I see. That is part of who you are, and it's part of your hardwired programming and conditioning. I don't think that's ever going to go away. And so instead of fighting it and trying to calm down, use it and channel it. You're not crazy for wanting to grow your income and wealth at the cost of optimal free time and tranquility. And I don't think you're doing it at the cost of free time and tranquility, because you don't have FU money. See, like, you got to know when to quit. Now's not the time to quit. You're striking while the iron's hot. You're like, oh man, you're asking questions a 48-year-old man should be asking. Dude, you just started and you don't have $1 million saved up, $500,000 in 2 different places. You even know where to live yet. Right? You need to make sure you never go back to being poor. And the only way, and it's not the only way, but the most thorough way I know to do that, 2 pieces of $500,000 a piece in different countries. Diversified portfolios, not even owned by one financial institution, held at one financial, like different financial institutions, because then you can relax. Then and only then will you have the money that you can relax. Now, I'm not saying that if a really great party with a really hot chick that you're really interested in is going on, you say, oh no, I got to work because I haven't made FU money. Of course you go. But there's nothing wrong with wanting to grow your income and wealth. Nothing wrong with that. And at the cost of optimal free time and tranquility, were you invited to a ton of parties? Not during this lockdown, you haven't been. Now is the perfect time of all times for every young man and woman. If you had a business idea and you wanted to do something and you needed extra time, this is the time to do it because there is no opportunity cost. I mean, I would have been down in Central Europe now if it weren't for the traveling conditions and my house that I'm trying to build. But this is why, okay, I'm going to put 2 seminars together. Got to market my book. I've tried a lot of different things. Because now let's do it. Let's do it because soon we'll have travel bans lifted and we'll want to go other places. And so now you might as well sit down and what was it? Newton came up with calculus when he was stuck. Was it Edison that came up with the light bulb when there was like some lockdown? I forget what it was. This is the best time to be going to college, to be starting a business or something else, because there is no opportunity cost. Now, if you get to that $1 million mark and it's separated in 2 countries and you've done reconnaissance, and you still keep on working, yeah, then you got a problem. Then it's coming at the expense of tranquility. But I'm sorry, son. I think that if you were brought up poor, whatever happened in your childhood is pretty ensconced in your brain. You don't get rid of it. It could be a good thing. Like you have wonderful parents. Like, oh, then you're going to insist on a good quality man as a wife, because your dad was great. So there's good things with that too. But if it's usually bad things, it usually is. That comes with you the entire time. You can go ahead and try and fight it. Or in your case, you could use it as a strength because that's what gets people out of poverty. Is that hustle, is that panic. And right now there is nothing else to do. So go into overdrive, push that throttle as far as you can, and you go make. No, you're not giving up your other clients. You make that money because you don't know. Here's another thing you might know this being. You don't know when the rug's going to be pulled out from underneath you. Yeah, here's a job offer. Whoop. Where's the job offer? Hello. There's no real limit to how much I can grow my income, invest, and or save money. So when do I stop? Oh, there is no real limit. So when do I stop? Okay, you stop when you do some mathematical calculations as to how much you need to have not only one primary ship, but a second ship. Like I said, the 500. For me, it's 500,000 to live very comfortably in 1 or 2 places. Because I'm just going to assume the communists are going to take one, either through taxation or outright theft, or they're going to make it impossible for me to collect on it. You need an insurance policy. Now, if you can realize at that time you stop, good luck. I mean, I'm proud of it. That's amazing if you could stop. But what I fear, and it's not just because of you or people who have post-poverty PTSD, and you got this panic and this hustle, and you got to work, and you're frantic, and you're always making, you got to make money. It's not just that you turn off, but for other men, particularly bachelors, and I got them. I've had them as clients. Hey, I'm 31. I make $120,000 a year. I own my house outright. I'm sitting on $250,000 cash. What do I do now? It's like, truthfully, well, you go have fun. But after you have enough fun, you're going to be like, oh, what do I do? And this is kind of the paradox or the curse of the bachelor who played it very well. If you, quote unquote, do it right, you'll realize that there's nothing else to do but work. I don't mean a job that you hate, but your career, your profession. I don't want to say passion. Although by that time, maybe if you do have that much money, you could pursue a passion like woodworking and start making money selling woodworking. But whether it's your hobby, your passion, or your career, and usually it's your career, that's what you're going to do. And the reason why is because there's nothing else to do but work. Because, oh, sure, go travel around. You'll do that. I've explored and gallivanted 15 years of adventure. since I was 30, and real hardcore stuff too. But inevitably, you get tired. You run into this paradox. Oh, I got things kind of taken care of. And as is the common case more recently, I can do this anywhere in the world. A lot of digital nomads. I'm going to go travel around and And I'm like, oh, well, I traveled here. I went to Phuket. I went here. I went to Gao. I did. Intellectually, though, what else is there to do? Well, unless you got kids or a family, and then the wife is supportive and the kids are obedient, usually all there is more work. I don't mean like more work to making the man rich, but there's just your passion. There's just your career. There's just your profession. And so usually that's going to be your legacy. Now, I'm very fortunate that my passion is writing. Well, it's not my passion. I hate writing books, actually. But this is my job. This is my profession. Some people might be a lawyer. Chad Elkins, it's a CPA. Atham Deccio, it's being a perpetual chemical engineering student. It's your own entrepreneurial thing. And you're already getting bored with it. Like, oh, I could get rid of these clients and do my own thing. Doing the exact same work for a new client that you were the previous two. And so what I'm saying is make your money, get to the point that you have enough money that you have an FU position, a position of FU. Go do your things. Go have your fun and travel. Try to get tranquility. Go and fear missing out. Make up for lost time. But the day is coming. The novelty on that will wear out too. You'll be sick and tired of top tier lady bits that you're crushing, which you find out you weren't. Your friends were all lying, though, by the way. And then you'll be like Thanos. You'll be like, I just want to sit and watch the sunset from my tent with the weird fruit. Because you'll have done it all. And then you'll look back and say, what is there to do? The only thing left to do is to keep doing what your profession was. Because that's the most valid use of your time. Same thing here. I'm in the same boat, kid. I can travel within the United States. And I'll be traveling soon. I got all my work done, and then I'll do it. I'll go through all this work. I'll lift the weights. I'm like, oh, cool. I've totally earned my keep today. I don't have to work the rest of the day. What do I want to do? And I'll look around and it's crickets chirping. And unless it's like hop on your bike and go do something like, ride across the country. We're going to climb this mountain. We're going to kayak down the Green and Colorado rivers, which are coming up. For your day-to-day stuff, it's like, well, no one wants to go out and do anything. I guess I could go to the cigar lounge again. In your case, I guess I could go to the nightclub and get some foreign tail again. I guess I could go to the beach that I go to all the time again. And then you'll realize, okay, that's fun. But then wait till you get older. You think kids are going to be able to keep up with you? You think you're going to have some peers by the time you hit 30? If you keep playing it this way, I'm not saying not to keep playing this way, but you make $130,000 now in your younger 20s. What, 30? 35, 40, you think these people are going to be able to keep up? They're going to get pinched off. They're going to get sniped off by marriage, kids, debt, handling more, or they'll just get old or they'll get tired or get out of shape. And so your options, especially since you're going down this path, so you got the post-poverty PTSD, right? You're going to have a little bit of fun, and it's a great decade. Don't get me wrong, but I estimate it's a decade because from about 30 to 40, it was great. Like everything was new. I was adventuring and all that. And then you're just like, anybody else want to do this with really awesome, cool stuff with me? What? Hike a mountain? Are you crazy? Kayak down the Green River at the rapids? Yeah. And all of a sudden, there'll be fewer and fewer people, and you're going to be exceptional. And you're going to be faced with it. Do I want to go for another run around the lake? Do you want to go for another motorcycle ride to the bars and restaurants you've been to before? And do you want to do it by yourself? Or do you want to work? There's just something to work. So I'm not worried about you overworking or working beyond what is rational to enjoy life, because I have a feeling you're going to go out and you're going to enjoy life. What I'm trying to warn you about is the time is coming because you are exceptional. You make a lot of money. You got a lot of hustle, and it's part of your psyche. It's part of your drive. You probably won't have to worry about running out of money. You also savor life enough that you will go and don't worry. Once the travel bans are, I'm completely confident you'll do this because you have the energy. But the point will come that you will get all the fear missing out, you'll scratch that itch. You'll scratch it 10 times. You'll scratch it 100 times. And then you realize there ain't nobody around because at the age of 38, 40, whatever, everyone's going to be pooped out and tired or in debt or married or divorced or whatever. You're going to probably be alone. There'll be very few people that'll be able to keep up with you. And all you'll have left is like, well, I don't need to go to the strip club again. I don't need to go to the sushi bar where the ladies have the sushi on their body. You'll have done it. You'll have lived life. And then always say, well, what do I got left? What you got left is what got you there. Your profession, you. And so I predict, given that I think marriage is going to, it's already been falling off a cliff, but it's been rolling down a steep hill. It's going to hit a cliff. I think in the next 10 to 20 years, your generation, you're going to be like, to hell with this. There is no way I'm getting married. And I forecast there is going to be a record population of bachelors and bachelorettes. And so without family, without love, a lot of you boys, maybe even the majority of you, are going to be faced like, okay, I do all this fun. I do all this fun. I do all, what's left? Well, you're kind of tired of doing all this fun. You don't want to do any of my, I've done that. I went to the strip club. I went to the party club. I got bottled. I don't need it. You're going to be sitting there snipping that bonsai tree like the samurai warrior, just biding his time. And you're going to like, all I have is my, and you will go and hone your profession. Maybe you get another hobby, but you won't miss out. You won't miss out. So there is no real limit to how much you could grow your income, invest, and save. So when do you stop? I don't think you will, because that's your point and purpose in living. Not to make money, but what your profession is. And hopefully maybe you get a second profession or a side job. Don't be surprised one of these days if you guys ever travel to Rapid City, you go to a bar and I might be bartending. You know, don't be surprised if I'm bagging your groceries someday because I just bored and want to talk to people. So you can stop when you have the arbitrary number of 500,000 in each country. But I don't think you will, because I don't think society, or I should say humanity, is going to generate enough people to savor life like you do and make it worth your while to adventure and go out and go forth. You might get a decade. Since you're younger, maybe you get 15 years. Maybe if you're really lucky, you get 20. But the day is coming, you're going to be forced to go back to like, oh, all there is work. And there's nothing wrong with it, because at least you got a job to go to. At least you got a point and purpose. And, you know, you look at these guys that retire and they're dead 6 months later, because that's what kept them alive, was their job. Is it just a matter of putting your head down, focus on getting my FU amount of money as fast as possible? Or should I just pay myself a spending salary that I can use to live my life how I want and then dedicate the rest to work? Yeah, I mean, now is the time, because you can't go anywhere. Now it's 100% just bank the money. I think it's a brilliant move that you move back home, bank the money, bank the money, bank the money. Then when you can travel again and it's like restriction-free travel as well, we need to quarantine, then you go. And you're still going to work. Look, you can't party 24/7. Let's say you go to this town you want to go to in that country, right? Your friends have got to sleep. They got to work. You got to support yourself too. You'll still have at least 8 to 10 hours a day to work. Well, and then you go party at night. Go ahead and you wake up and you work again. You party. It's not like your money-making ability goes away once you start having fun. Instead of making 180,000, maybe you only make 170,000. Okay, that's fine. You're living life. You're having fun. But you're presenting it as an if or. No. It's like you can do both. Scale. How many hours a day do you want to dedicate to both? But I am predicting the day is coming that you will have enough money and you won't need to, but you will choose to work, because you will tire of chasing girls. You will tire of travel. You will you'll have seen it all. You'll be like, okay, I've seen that. Badlands National Park. Yeah, I've seen that. I know it's hard to prescribe an exact answer to this, but it would be great to just hear your 2 cents. Yeah, that's it, man. You're wrestling through things that maybe aren't articulated or crystallized in your mind. But that's what and so go, you're young, go have fun, man. Don't give up your gigs. Don't give up your clients. You make your money, bank your money, and then go have fun once the green light is given. But now it's just, nose to the grind, man. And you're not missing out on anything, because there's nothing to miss out on. AI empire for 5 British pounds. Should I risk a heart attack trying to make a partner at the big 4 accounting company I work in by I'm 40, I'm 30, or stay manager at 90,000 pounds for lowers? No, you don't want to make partner at the big 4. No, don't. No. Stay mad. Get your CPA. Go work for yourself. But 50, can you live on 50,000 pounds? I think you should. Isn't that like 70, 80 grand US? That's more than enough for a single guy to live on. You don't need a heart attack. David Little. Hey, Cappy, playing music a great side hustle? No. I mean, if you make money on it, okay. See, but the problem with playing music, you got to haul your stuff down there. You got to go and hustle for, I mean, everyone's got to hustle for clients, but then you actually have to physically go there. If you like playing music, sure, Dave. Yeah, if you like it, and you don't mind doing that, sure, then that's fine. You know, like me teaching dance, that's okay. I didn't mind teaching dance. Plus, I was getting laid every once in a while, so it was fun. I could also write off when I went ballroom day. I take kids. My students are adults. Take them on field trips. Hey, we're going dancing here. Show up and blah blah blah. And I write off my booze or my food. I write off my cover charge. Well, I taught dance. I mean, like if you really like music, you could write off your guitar. Now you need income to write it off again, so otherwise you don't get no tax deduction. But yeah, I mean, if you got a hobby you really like, you want to make it a side hustle, yeah, sure, go ahead. See if you can make a little bit of money off of it. And then a lot of things that weren't tax deductible beforehand end up becoming tax deductible. But I don't think you're going to live off of that playing at the local coffee shop. All right, there you go. Questions, answers, AssheleConsulting.com. We'll see you guys later, tools.